28th of Meadow, 825 Western Kingdom. Location, New Seagate, walled port and river city of the Duchy of Karzala.
To Mirko.
I pen this report with a growing sense of unease, a feeling I suspect you've grown accustomed to receiving from this end. The assignment, initially appearing as a straightforward retrieval, has spiraled into something far more intricate, something that whispers of secrets best left undisturbed. The air in New Seagate, even as I write, is heavy with unspoken anxieties, the kind that clings to you like the briny mist rolling in from the Karzalan Sea. We arrived in the city some 3 days past, answering the summons regarding the theft of the Eye of the Deep, Lord Alaric Vance's prized sapphire. The notice, plastered on every conceivable surface near the Fountain of the Seven Tides, promised a reward substantial enough to pique the interest of even the most jaded operative. It was the discreet nature of the request, however, that truly snagged our attention. Dalton, ever the pragmatist, saw the potential for a tidy profit. Mara, with her uncanny knack for smelling opportunity, sensed something more beneath the surface. Even Wilfred, usually content with the quiet simplicity of Sunnysnook, seemed drawn by the challenge, his meticulous mind already dissecting the complexities of the situation. Anya and Willow, keen to experience the world beyond Oakhaven, accompanied us, their skills proving unexpectedly useful. Sarah and Gemma, always eager for adventure, joined the throng, adding their unique talents to our endeavor. Young Lila, full of youthful curiosity, rounds out our little band. Our first contact was Magistra Lyra Soul, Vance's curator, a woman whose severe demeanor barely concealed a profound weariness. The meeting took place within the Silver Scriptorium, a place of hushed reverence and exorbitant fees. Lyra laid out the facts. The eye, secured by multiple layers of security, was gone. Bypassed, not broken. This detail, more than the theft itself, seemed to unnerve her. The reward, she stated, was 2,000 crowns for the return of the gem, and double that for absolute silence regarding the method of its disappearance. It was then that the true nature of this assignment began to reveal itself. This wasn't about gold. It was about secrets, about the delicate balance of power within New Seagate, a balance that this theft threatened to shatter. The city, as Dalton so aptly put it, was a gilded cage, and someone had just rattled the bars.
The city, as Dalton so aptly put it, was a gilded cage, and someone had just rattled the bars.
The initial investigations led us down 2 distinct paths. Mara, with her network of informants, focused on the lower tides, specifically Ferryman's Slips, a warren of dilapidated warehouses and shady taverns near the shipbuilding yards. It was there, amidst the drunken sailors and furtive deals, that she encountered Finian, a cartographer with a penchant for strong drink and loose lips. Finian claimed to have seen a black-sailed sloop, unlike any local vessel, leaving the docks an hour before dawn on the night of the theft. He described it as silent, almost ghostly, heading southwest towards the Weeping Teeth, a treacherous stretch of reefs known for their ship-swallowing currents. Meanwhile, Wilfred, Anya, Sarah, Gemma, and Willow, employing their combined skills of deduction and observation, focused on the Vance estate itself. The security, as Lyra had described, was formidable. Dwarven locks, priestly wards, and Vance's own personal seal, all bypassed without a trace of force. Wilfred, with his understanding of mechanics, meticulously examined the lock mechanism, finding no signs of tampering. Anya, with her knowledge of herbs and plants, investigated the surrounding gardens, searching for any clues the thief might have left behind. It was then that she discovered the widow's blush, a flower that only blooms in the high, mist-shrouded gardens of the Order of the Silent Watchers, located in the old Citadel district. This discovery presented a perplexing dilemma. The Order, ostensibly dedicated to preserving ancient texts, was rumored to traffic in information and secrets. Why would they be involved in the theft of the Eye of the Deep? Dalton, ever cautious, warned against jumping to conclusions. Mara's investigation into Ferryman's Slips led her to a gruff old smuggler named Silas, who confirmed Finian's account of the black-sailed sloop. Silas, however, claimed that the sloop was not heading towards the Weeping Teeth, but rather north towards the Serpent's Coast, a region known for its hidden coves and pirate dens. The conflicting information created a tangled web of possibilities. The thief, it seemed, was deliberately trying to mislead us, to send us down false trails. It was then that I realized the true challenge of this assignment. It wasn't just about finding the Eye of the Deep, it was about unraveling a complex conspiracy, a conspiracy that reached into the highest echelons of New Seagate society. The days were long and the nights short, filled with clandestine meetings and hushed conversations. Each clue, each whispered rumor, led us further down the rabbit hole, deeper into the heart of the mystery. Driven by Anya's discovery of the widow's blush, we ascended to the old Citadel district, a place of crumbling grandeur and forgotten secrets. The Order of the Silent Watchers occupied a sprawling complex of ancient buildings, their gardens shrouded in perpetual mist. We approached cautiously, knowing that any misstep could alert the Order to our presence. Wilfred, with his innate understanding of traps and mechanisms, disabled several hidden alarms, allowing us to slip through the outer defenses unnoticed. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of aged parchment and incense, a stark contrast to the salty tang of the sea. We navigated the labyrinthine corridors, guided by Mara's uncanny sense of direction. Along the way, we encountered several members of the Order, their faces hidden behind hooded robes, their movements silent and purposeful. Dalton, ever vigilant, kept a watchful eye on our surroundings, his hand never far from his sword. We eventually reached the heart of the complex, a vast library filled with countless tomes and scrolls. It was there that we found him, Brother Silas, the head librarian, a man whose eyes held the weight of centuries. He greeted us with a polite yet guarded demeanor, claiming to know nothing about the theft of the Eye of the Deep.
However, Mara, with her sharp intuition, sensed that he was hiding something. She pressed him, questioning him about the widow's blush, about the Order's rumored involvement in secret dealings. Silas remained steadfast in his denials, but his eyes betrayed a flicker of unease. It was then that Faye, drawing upon her magical abilities, subtly probed Silas's mind, searching for any trace of deceit. What she discovered was both shocking and unsettling. Silas was indeed involved in the theft, but he was not acting alone. He was being manipulated by someone far more powerful than himself. This individual, whose identity remained shrouded in mystery, had compelled Silas to steal the Eye of the Deep, promising him unimaginable power in return. Faye's intrusion, however, did not go unnoticed. Silas, realizing that his secrets had been exposed, turned on us, summoning several members of the Order to his aid. A fierce battle ensued, the silence of the library shattered by the clash of steel and the crackle of magic. Dalton, Anya, Sarah, Gemma, Willow, and Mara fought valiantly, holding off the attackers while Wilfred and Lila secured our escape route. We retreated from the Citadel, leaving Silas and his followers behind, but we knew that this was far from over. We had uncovered a conspiracy that reached into the heart of New Seagate's elite, and we were now targets ourselves.
Following the confrontation at the Citadel, we returned to Ferryman Slips, determined to track down the black-sailed sloop. Mara, utilizing her network of underworld contacts, managed to locate Silas, the old smuggler who had provided us with the initial information. Silas, initially hesitant, eventually agreed to help us, revealing the location of a hidden cove where the sloop was likely docked. We journeyed to the Serpent's Coast, a desolate stretch of coastline dotted with jagged cliffs and treacherous currents. The weather turned against us, a fierce storm rolling in from the sea, lashing us with rain and wind. Dalton, with his experience as a mercenary, guided us through the treacherous terrain, his senses alert for any signs of danger. Anya, Sarah, Gemma, and Willow, utilizing their combined skills of herbalism and tracking, identified several hidden pathways, allowing us to bypass potential ambushes. We eventually reached the hidden cove, where we found the black-sailed sloop, its dark hull barely visible against the stormy sky. The sloop was unguarded, but we sensed that we were being watched. Mara, with her stealth and cunning, scouted ahead, discovering a hidden camp nestled amongst the cliffs. Inside, we found several armed men, their faces grim and determined. A fierce battle erupted, the roar of the storm mingling with the clash of steel. Dalton, with his swordsmanship, cut down several of the attackers, while Mara, with her daggers, dispatched others from the shadows. Wilfred, utilizing his engineering skills, disabled several traps, preventing the remaining attackers from gaining an advantage. During the battle, Faye detected a powerful magical presence emanating from the sloop. She ventured aboard, discovering a hidden chamber below deck. Inside, she found the Eye of the Deep, resting on a velvet cushion. But the gem was not alone. Standing beside it was a robed figure, their face hidden behind a mask. The figure unleashed a barrage of magical attacks, forcing Faye to retreat. The robed figure then vanished, leaving no trace behind. We secured the Eye of the Deep and retreated from the cove, knowing that we had only scratched the surface of this conspiracy. The thief, whoever they were, was still out there, and they were clearly willing to do anything to get the gem back. The journey back to New Seagate was perilous, the storm unrelenting, the threat of pursuit ever present. But we pressed on, driven by our determination to uncover the truth and bring the perpetrators to justice. The weight of the Eye of the Deep felt heavy in our hands, a symbol of the secrets and lies that festered beneath the surface of New Seagate's gilded facade.
Back in New Seagate, we contacted Magistra Lyra Soul, informing her of our recovery of the Eye of the Deep. She arranged a discreet meeting at the Silver Scriptorium, her relief palpable. We presented her with the gem, and she, in turn, provided us with the promised reward. However, we made it clear that our investigation was far from over. We informed her of our discovery of the Order of the Silent Watcher's involvement and the mysterious robed figure we had encountered on the sloop. Lyra listened intently, her face growing increasingly grave. She revealed that Lord Alaric Vance had long suspected the Order of harboring secret ambitions, but he had lacked the evidence to take action against them. She promised to inform Vance of our findings and to launch a full investigation into the Order's activities. However, she cautioned us against further involvement, warning us that we were delving into dangerous territory that even Vance himself feared to tread. Despite her warning, we were determined to see this through. We had come too far to turn back now. We decided to confront Lord Vance directly, seeking answers to the questions that Lyra had been unable to provide. We requested a private audience, stating that we had uncovered information that was of the utmost importance to his family and the Duchy of Karzala. Vance, intrigued by our persistence, agreed to meet with us at his estate the following day. As we prepared for our meeting with Vance, we couldn't shake the feeling that we were walking into a trap. The conspiracy surrounding the Eye of the Deep was far more complex than we had initially imagined, and we were now caught in the middle of a power struggle that threatened to tear New Seagate apart. The city, once a symbol of prosperity and order, was now a cauldron of intrigue and deceit, and we were about to plunge headfirst into its depths. I will relay the events following the meeting with Vance in due course, Mirko. The threads of this plot are far from settled, and I suspect far more danger lies ahead than any of us anticipated. I hope this report serves you well. Be warned, the currents of New Seagate are treacherous indeed. Yours in service, Dalton Fellwinter, Wilfred Lonefoot, and Mara Goldpocket.